So, as part of yesterday's class, we have discussed about SAP S/4HANA Enterprise Management Overview, and also we have discussed about why do we need a new business suite for for the current SAP clients. And today's class we will continue to discuss about the remaining areas and the remaining topics associated with SAP S/4HANA overview. So the next thing what we have to understand is business benefits of SAP S/4HANA Enterprise Management. So I know that this topic also we have discussed as part of the demo. Like maybe Krishna or Sanjeev, can you explain me what are the business benefits?
Hello, Krishna.
Yeah, you go ahead, Kuldeep.
Yeah, thanks. So currently, see, we have, let's say, multiple constant. For example, let's say a report is very complex, page of processing, okay, complex user experience, and month-end closing. So these are the hurdles which we are facing in ECC. But in S4 HANA, okay, this again becomes very, like it has been designed in a very feasible manner where all those hurdles can be avoided.
I got that, but I'm just looking for the specific benefits. Lakshminarayana. Okay, Krishna, can you?
Yeah, go ahead, Chris. So you want me to tell the advantage of S4 HANA?
Yes, advantages or the business benefits of SAP S/4HANA.
Okay. It is sitting over a very fast database. Number one. Number two, some of the functionalities have been greatly simplified. And number three, the introduction of Fiori makes the end user job very easy. On top of that, the functionality, the greatest advantage is the month-end financial closing would be very rapid. And also, as you mentioned yesterday, the MRP processes previously used to take a dead period of 10 hours, say, to start MRP process, and the data is available tomorrow, 10 hours later, you lost a period of window of 10 hours where you don't know how much things have changed. That would be drastically reduced with the HANA. On top of that, it makes use of the great improvements in the hardware, especially the multi-core processors. So that will accelerate the speed of the data retrieval from the system.
Correct. So basically, when you use SAP S/4HANA, the very first advantage or the very first business benefit of using SAP S/4HANA or implementing SAP S/4HANA is you can increase your productivity. So the one of the business benefit of SAP S/4HANA is the productivity of your organization will be very high when compared to SAP ERP or SAP ECC. That is the one of the great benefit of SAP S/4HANA. And I will tell you how it happens, how it is possible. But let me make a notepad. Okay. So the one is productivity. And the second benefit is the speed and agility. Like you can say, like basically the speed which you can see, which you can feel with SAP S/4HANA system is very, very fast when compared to the SAP ERP or SAP ECC. And the next benefit is operational reporting. Like basically, when you start using SAP S/4HANA, when you start using SAP S/4HANA Business Suite, what happens since SAP S/4HANA is built on, is running on SAP HANA database, which is a powerful database of SAP, like your reporting becomes very, very simple and your reporting becomes very, very faster, which will increase your operational activities, or which will speed up your operational processes in the organization. And the next thing is the simplification. So basically, in SAP S/4HANA, as we already discussed, that the tables are the business processes, are the business models, everything, whether it is the table, whether it is the business process, whether it is model, most of the business processes have been simplified, most of the tables have been simplified, and most of the functionalities have been simplified, so that you can see high level of simplification. You can see very high level of simplification in SAP S4 HANA. Okay, so let me explain how you can increase your productivity. So can anyone tell how the productivity of your organization can be increased if you go for SAP S4 HANA? Krishna, how the productivity can increase? In what way? What can trigger the more productivity in SAP S4 HANA?
Okay, when you use the Fiori end users, the number of clicks they use is tremendously reduced, and also the layout of the Fiori would be much more intuitive than the regular transactions they are using. Say if you run a standard SAP report, you get 20 fields as an input, whereas when it comes to Fiori, those things will be reduced. So the amount of the number of clicks they use would be less, and the users can be easily coming into they will have much better perception and joy in using the system. On top of that, when it comes to the monthly financial closures, which I do on a monthly basis for my regular work, right? That would be tremendously improved, because if you look at the financial closures, you got to do it on the MM side, you got to do it in the FI side, controlling side, material ledger, asset accounting, a lot of different things. Those things will be tremendously improved because of the closure. And on top of that, we mentioned a while ago that the MRP processes, those things will give a pretty much a real-time picture of the real-time snapshot of how the business is doing.
Okay, so like basically, I can put the productivity in SAP, the increased productivity in SAP S4 HANA. It happens due to the reason that SAP enabled SAP S4 HANA system with SAP Fiori. You know what happens when you use the Fiori, when your business users, when your employees, when your client employees, or when your business users start using Fiori, what happens? Your employees or the business users are able to get the job done anytime, anywhere. Like you don't need, basically, previously, like when you think about SAP ERP or SAP ECC, like in order to approve the PO, in order to release the PR, or in order to approve the leave request, in order to approve like travel request. So whatever it is, or in order to perform on any goods receipt or the goods issue, you need to log into the laptop where where which can have your SAP GUI or SAP GUI, uh, which is mandatory to perform something. But whereas when you start using like SAP Fiori, your employees can able to complete the job uh, without any restriction. You don't need a laptop. You don't need a computer. You can approve the PO. You can approve the PR on like iPad or on like a smartphone or like any kind of device, a tablet, whatever it is, so that like you can your employees can save a lot of time. Your employees can save a lot of time in doing their job, and the time which they can save using like SAP Fiori can be used for other important activities. So that is the like way how the productivity will be more in SAP S/4HANA with the help of Fiori. Not only that, that when you think about SAP Fiori, basically uh, the authorizations available in SAP Fiori are not based on the department, but the authorizations provided in SAP Fiori are based on the role what a person is playing. So I mean when you think about SAP ERP, or when you think about SAP ECC, what happens? All the authorizations are given based on like the department or the function what you are playing. I mean, whether you are the sales manager, whether you are the sales employee or the sales user, so whoever it is, like you are assigned with, you have the same authorization, like VA01 or VA02 or VA03, like all these are linked to one role where all the people are assigned to that. I mean, I can put like this to make you understand. For example, if what is the role of a purchase manager? The role of purchase manager is just to release the PR or to just approve the PO, which is just 1 minute activity, or 30 seconds activity, where they can perform on the system. But in our traditional SAP ERP or ECC, though it is 30 seconds activity, the manager or the purchase coordinator is supposed to come across all unnecessary screens. He needs to go to ME22 or ME52, and there are many unnecessary screens. There are many unwanted fields or unwanted tabs which he has to come across to reach his destination, to reach his approval tab. But whereas when it comes to the SAP Fiori, you don't need to come across all those things. For each and every activity, for each and every role what you need to play, SAP provided different apps. SAP has come up with different apps. To approve the PR, SAP provided an app where the user can see that app in his screen. Just one click, he can approve the PR, he can release the PR. So like that, you can save a lot of time using the SAP Fiori. And not only that, so there is a very less possibility of doing the mistakes, and less training required, less documentation is required. So which leads to like ultimately the huge productivity or increased productivity in SAP S4 HANA. Any doubts at this moment? Okay. So the next one is like speed. So that's how the speed is possible. So with the help of SAP S/4HANA Business Suite and HANA database, all our transactional processing becomes very faster, and also your month-end closing is very faster. Your month-end closing becomes very faster. Your transactional processing very faster. Your MRP becomes very faster. So you can see speed, you can feel huge amount of time saving when running the transaction, when running the MRP, when doing some inventory transactions, and when you are performing month-end closing. So whichever the area it is, you can see like so much speed in SAP S/4HANA. In all the reports, like which used to take very longer time, which used to take 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes, all those reports started taking like just seconds or 1 minute or 2 minutes. Even it will not take even 1 minute. The report which used to take 1 hour, the report which used to take like 40 minutes or 30 minutes, now it is just 1 minute or less than 1 minute with the help of SAP S/4HANA Business Suite, which is running on SAP HANA database. And not only that, so all like most of the time you can avoid all your bad jobs. You don't need to run the bad jobs with like, you know why we used to run the bad jobs most of the times? To run the report, right? To get some result. Am I correct?
Yeah, system load. If you run a couple of them, and the system will hold up everything. So that's why you.
So, but whereas in SAP S/4HANA, everything is real time. You don't need to depend on the bad jobs, because if everything is complete, if every report, if every transaction runs in a fraction of seconds or 1 or 2 minutes, there is no point of using the background jobs, which leads to reducing the impact on the system, reducing the like load on the system. So that way the system performance and the system speed is very high, like in SAP S/4HANA. And coming back to the reporting, it is one of the great benefit, great advantage, or great change in SAP S/4HANA in terms of reporting. Like when you start using a HANA system, HANA database for SAP S/4HANA. So whichever the report it is, or all the standard reports, all the custom reports, whatever the report you name it, like every report is like just taking seconds, or they like less than 2 minutes, or the less than 3 minutes in SAP S/4HANA. And finally, the simplification. So as I have already mentioned a couple of times in our previous session, like in SAP S/4HANA, the system is so simplified. All like, I think someone is asking something. Yes.
Krishna, Lakshminarayan here. I was just trying to, tell saying that the bad jobs are not required. Is that a correct statement? Or the bad jobs will also get finished faster might be a better statement?
Not like that. Not like that. Generally, the bad jobs which runs with BW system are not required anymore. That's the correct statement.
The BW system is okay anyway. That is anyway. No, most of the things are replaced with BW. BW is no more. SAP itself is removing BW, and then they are coming up with other reporting tools. That's a different thing. But SAP bad jobs are required, like your delivery creation jobs, invoice jobs. They are definitely required.
No.
It takes, instead of delivery.
I mean, all the reporting bad jobs are not required anymore. It's not that the transactional reporting jobs. Okay, I know that what you are trying to like. Anyway, it's very good valid point. Basically, the jobs which runs to perform the transactions you can still use, but the jobs which are running for the reporting purpose, there is like generally when you are running a report, there is an option to run in the background. You know that, right? When you execute the report, if you go to the
you are talking about specific to SAP BI. Anyway, they are not linked to the SAP R3 system.
Not only BI,
independent of
even SAP reports, regular reports also. When you are running the report, right? There are some reports.
That's what normally. If there is a BI system link, definitely nobody will run on the SAP. It will normally go into the BI, which can schedule the data separately. So that's what. But definitely, no doubt, all that time would be reduced, and then the amount of real time data availability is much more higher in this.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Okay. Okay. And coming back to simplification, I'm not sure how many of you aware that there are like some aggregate tables, index tables. Okay. Apart from the database tables, like the tables which you are familiar, like VBAK, VBEP, or VBRK, or VBP, like VBB. Apart from these database tables, there are some aggregate tables, or there are also some like index tables which we are not directly linked, which you are not familiar from the functional side. But when it comes to the technical side, the technical people are always trying to use some aggregate tables or use some like uh, index tables to take care of the system. So those kind of aggregate tables and database tables, all those tables have been removed in SAP S4HANA Business Suite. So with removal of all the aggregate tables and index tables, and even like removal of status tables in SAP, even by removing the status tables in SAP database side, the system becomes very simple. The system SAP S4HANA system becomes very simple. That's why there is so much simplification. There is so much simplification which you can see in SAP S4HANA. So these are the main benefits or major benefits of SAP S4HANA. If any client go for SAP S4HANA implementation or SAP S4HANA system conversion, or if any client goes for SAP S4HANA landscape transformation, whatever the implementation scenario, in all implementation scenarios, the clients are always will get or will achieve all these business benefits. Okay. So any doubts at business benefits of SAP S4HANA?
Krishna, could you please give a minute for that operational reporting once again, please?
Can you repeat?
Okay, could you please give a minute for that operational reporting part?
Okay, so basically what happens with SAP S4HANA, it gives the business the ability to report directly from the database. Like you don't need to you don't come across any delays. You don't come across any delays in executing the report. You don't need to wait for 10 minutes. You don't need to wait for 15 minutes. Like generally, like if you look at your client, there are some reports which used to take like sometimes 15 minutes or sometimes 20 minutes, right? But with SAP S4HANA, since SAP S4HANA is running on a HANA database, what happens? All the reporting is real time. All the reporting is real time with improved visibility, which can help you the decision making process, faster decision making process in SAP S4HANA. Got it, Sanjeev?
Yeah, Krishna, thank you.
Okay. So as you know that the evolution of SAP, you can say that SAP started releasing ERP like in 1972, and then there is R2 in 1979, and then like R3 in 1992, and again like SAP released My SAP in 2000, and SAP ERP ECC like in 2004, and finally what happens in the year of 2011, SAP invented, or I can say SAP developed their own database. SAP developed their own database like called SAP HANA. So that is the starting point. That is the base motive for SAP to think about SAP S4 HANA. In the beginning, like during 2010 and 2011, SAP was not having any plan to introduce SAP S4 HANA. SAP goal was just to introduce a powerful database, which is their own database. SAP objective was to develop their own powerful database called SAP HANA database. But what happens after seeing the success of HANA database, SAP decided to develop a new product called SAP Simple Finance in the year of 2015 March, and again in the same year 2015 November 1511, SAP released a new business suite called SAP S4 HANA Business Suite or SAP S4 HANA Enterprise Management. So it all started from the 1972 to till 2015 November. Like you are seeing a new product called a new next generation product called or the fourth generation product called SAP S4 HANA Enterprise Management. So the journey started into 1972, and with 2015 November, SAP has come up with a new business suite called SAP S4 HANA Enterprise Management, which only runs on their own database called SAP HANA database. Okay, and also with SAP S4 HANA, SAP started releasing like yearly releases. I mean, the product which was available, the product which was introduced by SAP in the year of 2015-11 is not the complete product. SAP announced that it takes like around 3 to 5 years of time to give the complete product. So that's why we were having the very beginning version of SAP S4 HANA Enterprise Management in 1511, and then 1610 the second version, and then 1709 the third version. And I was not sure whether SAP, like I didn't check it recently. I was expecting that 1808 version, but I didn't see anything as of now. But soon SAP release the next version, the fourth version. But for your information, whatever the business process changes or business simplifications, they planned everything was released like the initial version. Especially the 1610 version was the most successful version in the market. And from the logistics side, SAP has released everything. SAP has released everything in the 1610, and but the goal is in the coming versions like 18 etc. or 19, what the SAP plan, SAP wanted to bring all the systems under one tree. I mean, SAP plan was to bring CRM into SAP S4 HANA, SRM into SAP S4 HANA. Like SAP already added EWM functionalities to the SAP S4 HANA. Like that, SAP is trying to bring everything under one tree, but apart from the cloud applications. It is not included. SAP SuccessFactors is not going to be part of S4 HANA, and Hybris is not going to be part of SAP S4 HANA, and then even Ariba is not going to be part of SAP S4 HANA. Those are all cloud-based systems, cloud-based new dimensional modules. Other than that, SAP is trying to bring everything under one tree and under one system, that is SAP S4 HANA Enterprise Management. So this is the history or evaluation of SAP S4 HANA.
SuccessFactors, what is the third one which is not going to be in S4 HANA?
No, the first one is 1511, and then 1610, and then 1709. It's already released in the last year, 2017 September. And now 18.
No.
I mean, what's your
question?
Yeah,
my question is Ariba, SuccessFactors. What's the third one which is not going to be in S4 HANA?
Hybris, SAP Hybris.
Hybris, okay.
Hybris. Actually, I'm not sure whether you are aware of it. SAP Hybris is the software which will help to support e-commerce business activities like Amazon, like Flipkart or eBay. Like not only that, even if any company would like to do online business, if any company would like to sell the product online, do the online business, then they need a website, right? Then they need a website where the customers can place the order, the customers can make the payment like Amazon. They need some website, right? So those kind of uh, operations or those kind of activities like SAP Hybris has predefined softwares, predefined templates. You don't need to develop an website from the scratch. If you contact SAP Hybris, they have some predefined templates. So using the template, you can start to work on your business day-to-day operations, but still on the top of it, you can still do some modifications or enhancements. Okay, that is Hybris. And Ariba, it is for supply relation management. Well, it is a supply network. Ariba is a huge supplier network. And for your information, Ariba, SuccessFactor, Hybris are not SAP products. There are basically before SAP acquiring those three companies, there are different softwares, different companies. But since they are very strong in those areas, SAP bought all those three companies. Okay.
Krishna, today in Krishna, are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Today in ECC, right? In the ECC world, that we have an enhancement pack and service pack that is being released by SAP, right? So looks like in S4HANA, it's only the releases. There is nothing in between the releases. Is that understanding correct?
Not like that. I can tell you. Okay. So basically, in SAP S4HANA, there are like three deployment options. Okay. I mean, you can deploy SAP S4HANA as on-premise. Okay. You can deploy it as on-premise, and you can deploy it as a cloud. Okay. And you can also deploy it as a hybrid. Okay. There are three different deployment options. To get into SAP S4HANA. One is like actually, if you give me, okay, I think this is that could be like my next part. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so I will explain SAP Fiori a little later. Okay, so let me explain SAP S4HANA deployment options. Okay, basically, let me show you the screen so that it will go to your brain.
What happened?
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Hi, we
I
can
can
hear
hear
you,
you.
Chris. Yeah, we can hear you.
What happens? Like, I'm not able to hear you.
You're not able to hear?
Hello?
Yep,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Yes,
We
Krishna.
can
Yes,
hear you.
Krishna. I can hear you. Okay. So basically, like there are three different kind of deployment options available in SAP S/4HANA. Those three are: one is on-premise edition or on-premise, and the second one is cloud edition or cloud deployment option, and the third one is hybrid. So now we are going to discuss what is on-premise and what is cloud, and we can also discuss about the differences between cloud and on-premise as well. Okay. So basically, when it comes to the on-premise, when it comes to SAP S/4HANA on-premise, it is a full product. It is a full scope. The scope of, I mean to say that if you look at SAP S/4HANA, if you look at SAP S/4HANA Enterprise Management on premise, you get everything. There is no limitation, or in other words, you will not miss any functionality of SAP S/4HANA when you go for SAP S/4HANA on-premise edition or on-premise deployment option. That means whatever is planned, whatever is designed, or whatever is developed by SAP, all functionalities are available in SAP S/4HANA on-premise edition. But whereas when it comes to the cloud, you will not get everything. The cloud is having some limitations. The cloud is having some restrictions. That means if SAP developed 100 functionalities in SAP S/4HANA, you can get all 100 functionalities on-premise. But whereas when you go for the cloud, you will not get all 100 functionalities. You will be only getting few functionalities. You will be only getting like limited functionalities. So that is I mean, in other words, the product is full product. In other words, the full product is available. Full product is available with on-premise, but whereas the restricted functionalities are available in the cloud edition. That is the first difference of SAP S/4HANA on-premise and SAP S/4HANA cloud. And the second
Krishna, I have one question here.
Sure, Sanjeev.
Yeah. So, what is the reason behind of providing that limited functionality that we can explain over here?
If you give me just 5 minutes, if I complete all the differences between SAP S/4HANA on-premise and the cloud, then it is easy for me to make you understand. Okay?
Okay, sure.
Just give me like few more minutes.
We cannot hear you.
Okay. So the next benefit, the next difference of SAP S/4HANA on-premise and the cloud is when you look at SAP S/4HANA on-premise, the releases SAP releases the new versions or the new updates on yearly basis. I mean, when you look at the releases released for the on-premise version on yearly basis, like very beginning in the 1511 SAP released the first version, and after 11 months, that's around close to 1 year, SAP released 1610 version, and after that SAP released 17 09 version. And again, like it could be like this month or next month, SAP released one more version. That means the releases, the innovations, in other words, the innovations are based on yearly. I mean, you can get yearly based innovations with SAP S4 HANA on-premise. But whereas if it is the cloud, you can get quarterly based innovations. Quarterly innovations. I can tell you why it is like this. So basically, when it comes to the on-premise, you know what happens? Everything is taking control by. So if I let us say if my company, if my client go for on-premise, and let us say like Shankar's client goes for cloud, you know what happens? So for my company, like all hardware takes care by my company, all like network takes care by my company, all like operations and all implementations takes care by my company's, my client own team members like basis or consulting, whoever it is. That is what happens in the on-premise. But in the cloud version, I don't need to have my own. I don't need to have my own network setup. I don't need to have my own software. I don't need to have my own team because SAP takes care of everything. SAP is having network. SAP holding my servers. SAP holding my systems. SAP just provides the number of users, and there is a link for a login to the system. And like Shankar's company, Shankar's client users start using the system. They don't need to have anything in their premises. They don't need. In the cloud version, we don't have nothing. We have nothing in our premises. Everything is controlled by SAP.
But Krishna, now what we do now is that in ACC, you control the deployment of enhancement packs, right? And you require a regression testing sometimes, a huge regression testing. So if in cloud or on HANA, if you are going to have enhancement automatically deployed, what happens to the functionalities?
Okay, I can come to that point. Okay, and then coming back to like customizations. Coming back to customizations or enhancements. With SAP S4 HANA on-premise, you have every control on your system. You can do all the enhancements. You can do all modifications. You can play with the system the way how you play with SAP ERP. Whatever the enhancements, whatever you want to make, whatever you want to perform, like modifications or customizations or like enhancement spots, whatever it is, everything is possible on-premise. But in the cloud version, it is very difficult. It is very difficult to make the changes to the system because it's controlled by SAP, and SAP is not SAP. It's not that SAP is not interested. They charge very much high. It's very tough to go for enhancements with the cloud-based system. So that is also another difference between SAP S4 HANA on-premise and the cloud version. Will it resolve? Will it be answer to your question, Sanjay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, and the next thing is like the licensing model. So the licensing model between on-premise and the cloud edition is for SAP S4 HANA on-premise, it is our traditional licensing. The way how you get the licensing for SAP ERP or ECC, in the similar way you get the licensing for SAP S4 HANA on-premise. But whereas the cloud version, it is not the traditional licensing. It is based on the subscription licensing. I mean to say that you don't need to invest huge when you go for the cloud version. When you go for the cloud version, you don't need to invest huge amount of money at one time. You just simply, in the cloud version, cloud edition, you just simply pay like yearly subscription. Let us say like $10,000 per year or $20,000 per year. That's it. And SAP provides the number of users requested by your client. SAP provide those users, and you can start using that system. And everything is taken care by SAP, like hardware, software, network, everything is taken care. So
what about the customizing part? Let's, for example, I took the cloud version, and this is fine. The end users are going to work in cloud, but then for consultant, will the customizing also will be available in cloud as well?
Okay, you mean customizing means custom code or like configuration side?
Configuration.
Custom code?
Configuration.
No, basically it takes care by SAP consultants. Even in the cloud, in the cloud version, you don't have your client doesn't need to have their own consulting team. They don't have your consulting team as well. Everything is taken care by SAP in the cloud version.
Okay.
Okay.
So the configuration is also, it's a pre-configured system. Is that?
Yes. Yes. Mostly it's all pre-configured system. If you go for the cloud version, it's all pre-configured system.
Krishna, I mean, even in the cloud version, there are different possibilities, right? Wherein even though the cloud version is maintained by SAP, you can still install the on-premise version in cloud, wherein you can do whatever customizations that you can do, as good as it's your own system. The only difference is the database and the hardware is maintained by SAP or on the cloud, not in your own premises. Is that a correct statement, or
not like that? Not like that. I can say like this. So when it comes to this,
that is possible for ECC, Krish, right?
What is Vinayak?
For ECC, what the other person was saying, I did not get the name of the person, but Lakshmi Narayan. What Lakshmi Narayan is saying is possible for ECC, because I have worked on such through Amazon AWS. So
okay, I got it.
Your own version, your own client.
It is like this. Let me put this way. When it comes to the functional scope, you can say like this is part of the functional scope. The difference in the functional scope of on-premise and the cloud edition. So basically, in SAP S/4HANA on-premise, as I already mentioned, it is full ERP scope. Okay, it has full product, which is full ERP scope. But whereas in SAP S/4HANA Cloud Edition, you have only key scenarios. You have only key scenarios, not everything. Not everything. Please, you have to keep it
cloud. So on cloud, there could be two versions, right? One is the cloud, which you are getting from SAP, which is pre-configured, and one is your own premise or client, but on cloud.
That is okay. I'm talking about a complete cloud system. Okay. You are talking about a scenario where you are talking about a scenario where you wanted to just give the data like hardware and like network with SAP and everything you want to control at your side. That is actually like different situation. I understood your point. That is what is happening with your ERP current, like where you contact Amazon for taking care of the cloud apps and that everything is taken care by your side. But the situation what I'm explaining is not the same case. I'm explaining the cloud edition. When it comes to the SAP S/4HANA Cloud Edition means
got it.
You give everything. You give everything to SAP. That's what it is. Okay, Lakshmi Narayana, you got, like, I understood both of you your question, but the one which I'm explaining, it is complete cloud. which is taken care by SAP, where you have like all the key scenarios, and you can also have some embedded ERP scenarios, and which can be possible in SAP S4HANA Cloud. But SAP S4HANA on-premise, it has everything. Whatever is available in SAP ERP, the full scope is also available in the SAP S4HANA on-premise.
So, Krish, one thing I wanted to clarify if I heard that correct. So in cloud, so there are not much option for the custom objects.
Excellent. That's the main thing. I mean that comes to the custom code. Okay, that means with SAP S4HANA on premise, you can get full traditional ABAP. You can get full traditional ABAP extendability to like four modifications. Whatever the modifications, whatever the enhancement you want to do, everything is possible. Everything is possible with SAP S4HANA on-premise. But whereas there is a limited extensibility in cloud, you cannot ask all custom enhancements with cloud because it's very expensive. If you expect if you expect it from the SAP in the cloud version, that's the main difference. It is not that you cannot get it. You can get it, but it is very like big thing when you go for the cloud. That way.
Krishna, in case these custom developments are done in cloud, so that will be done by SAP itself, or that can be done by the consulting firm?
In the cloud, generally, when it comes to the pure cloud, you don't have your own team. Okay, you just have a number of users, and your business users start working on it, and everything is taken care by SAP. Okay, so like these are the main differences when it comes to the deployment options, and we'll continue to discuss the remaining areas like Activate methodology and SAP Fiori in tomorrow, and that concludes like SAP S4HANA introduction, and then we'll discuss about SAP HANA overview, like HANA database. We need to spend like 1 or 2 sessions for HANA. Okay, so tomorrow we'll continue to discuss this SAP S4HANA overview, and then we'll get into like the next topic. Okay, please join tomorrow same time. Please join tomorrow same time. And one minute.
Yep.
I just want to make sure that I have received all the email IDs because I'm going to share the. I think I didn't get Lakshmi Narayana's email ID.
So, quick question, Krish. So, in the hybrid version, it's combination of on-premise and cloud, right?
Yes, correct.
How does that work?
So basically, you have your own premise for the few scenarios, for the few functionalities, you go for the cloud. You have your own like on-premise to take care of everything. But in order to get things make easier, you go for cloud for the few areas wherever you feel it is more comfortable, more flexible. You go for those things cloud. But all other things you use your like on-premise.
Okay.
Lakshmi Narayana, can I get your email ID? Lakshmi Narayana.
You have, you've been sending mails, huh? You have it also.
Okay. I have it, but okay. 1 minute, please.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow same time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye.
Bye. Good night.
So thank you, Krish. We'll see.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
బాగా వచ్చిందంట